So I've been having a little think. You might remember in the previous video that I put this together as a background to do some slow stitch on and make it a lovely textile art piece. So before we go any further, let's have a quick recap. We had a linen background with a stabilizer underneath. We had two basic fabrics. One was a lovely print and one was a magnificent sheer of all different colours. So we had some underneath the sheer, some on top, layering. And this is where the fun begins. Are we going to add more or take some away? This is the great experiment. And I think I've confused some people with putting this this voile on, but I really liked the way it changed things, and I'm willing to sort of go for it and see if we can bring it all together. There's some things, you know, that I don't like, things that I do like, and I'm hoping to fix the bits that I don't like, because it's never a disaster. You can always do something. So I was looking at, don't know where it is now. Oh, there it is. I was looking at this pink and I was thinking, oh, it's a bit much pink. So I don't know. I cut out these lace leaves, and I thought I could do something like that, and that would take some of the pink out. You're still seeing through it. It's another overlay kind of technique. You see what I mean? That echoes this colour down here. So there's things that we can do. We don't sort of worry that it's, you know, this is an ugly area. We can do something with it. But I'm planning on doing plenty with this. This is going to be very exciting, I think. Anyway, I was just showing you that's one thing that I've thought about. I really wanted to bring this in. What I did do is a simple running stitch around these, just to hold it on, and you know, that's all good. I haven't done this one yet, so we can do it, you know. And there's a few things I'm thinking about that are different to what we've done before. Some things are similar, and we're just going to play it by ear. But like I said, I'm confident, and I think, you know, I can do it. So what I was using before was I've got this load of threads that are half used. I'm just going to have it beside me, because then I can use it as I need. So I was just going to go around that one, just like I did these, so that it's held down, and then I don't have to worry about it so much. So I'm only going to use a single thread. If you have frayed edges, it's perfectly alright to do this. I quite like doing that, fraying them on purpose, because it looks better than just having bits hanging off. If you do that, it looks like you have intended it all along. Got some down here as well. If it doesn't want to come off, I can just cut them, but you know, fraying them, I think that works better. But whilst I'm doing it, I'll be thinking about what else I want to do. I have had a few little ideas. I still want to do something about that pink. That pink concerns me slightly. But that just means it's a project, isn't it? Something that you fix if you don't like it. So we might do something else, but this is just to hold it down. I'm just going to do that. I could do something fancy. I mean, this is so much a tacking stitch that it wouldn't really matter if you wanted to pull it out at the end. But I'm hoping it can be part of the design. So I'll just turn it so it's easier for me to go. As a right-hander, I like going right to left, so now I don't know whether you saw the other one I did, the three-part series that had the tablecloth, and we cut it into little bits, the old material. and then we added all kinds of things, and we used the spaces in between, and very intuitively we continued the pattern like a flower out into the empty space. So I'm hoping to do something similar here, and just use this overlay that we've put on as a background color. Just think of it as it's a colored background instead of a plain, and that's pretty close to what we got. But what I really like about these is that you just use your own initiative to think what you might like and add it, and you can add as much or as little as you like. It's all part of the play. Now, I'm not going to worry about that there's a certain order it should be done in and things like that. I know I should, but I'm not really that bothered. Just looking for a dark colour now. I've got here, that's a sort of a slate blue, navy, yeah, navy grey, something like that. And what I'm looking at is, see this? That's underneath, it's on the fabric that's underneath this overlay. But there's a branch that comes up, but there's a leaf that goes off there. How about if we continued that, and into that blank space there, we just have an outline that continues that design further. You can see it there. So I'll start with going over the bits that are there, and then continue the line up and just see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll just pull it out. But I won't pull it out too early. There's always things you can do to tweak. I think I'll stick with I won't do the leaves just yet. I'm just going to stick with the stem. And I think it must continue up like this. You see? Maybe it curls. Maybe it splits into two and curls one way and one the other. You see that line? We've made that more noticeable. This is like a simplified version of that we're doing just the outline of. So I'll do that, and then I'll take that back, and it'll join in here, you know, back into that, so that we've had this little branches coming up, and we've split it out so that it's continuing on its merry way. I do hope this will work, and we'll be happy at the end. But it's all about experimenting anyway, and seeing how it goes. Imagine a painting where sometimes they've just done the outline and sometimes they've done the actual fully painted picture. And that is what this is like to me. It's like a painting. And over to the back, a couple of little stitches there, and then cutting the thread, and that ends it off. And I will continue this leaf, and I will continue this leaf, and maybe some of the others. We've got this one here, it's nice. So I'm just going to do that center line. Actually, it's two lines. We'll do that as it is. I think I can at least use parts of it. I may not like all of it. You know, maybe I'll decide to do these in a lighter colour and send them back. I could use the pink actually, or the cream or something, to take them further back into the background. Or I'll put something over the top. Happy with that. I'm going to keep that and I'll make it work. As I said in the previous video, I'm really loving these lines that sort of travel through, and I'll probably do a bit more. I've done a nice purple there. We'll do something green and blue there. Maybe even couch on some nice threads. and you know, whilst I'm thinking, I'll go somewhere else. So remember how I said this is the same as that, but this is under a layer, so it's coloured it. And this one looks, it's the fabric as it was. And here's another one that we just put here on the plain white. Somehow I'm wanting to marry them together. So what have I got here? I've got an aqua. Can that work? Could do. There's aqua here, so let's bring it out into the other. Let's bring a little bit of aqua out into our other one so that it looks more like it's part of it. But first of all, I'm going to bring more of that green through. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of just simple stitches as if it's shading that, and then I'll take it across into this one, you see. So it'll blend out that edge a little bit. So this is just like a little seed stitch at the moment, but happy to just do some little tricks like that, I think. It's already started to do what I wanted it to. And the idea is then you'd take some of the light into this one, and it's all about blending those two together. Now at the moment it's just a light pearly grey that I'm using, a single strand. Once again I'm just breaking up that straight line so we can almost start to think that this is in the sun and this is in the shade or something. You know, we want it all to be looking like it's one. Starting off with 2 strands, that might be too much, but we'll see. What I'm going to try and do is blend in that stark green line into that white background by just doing a little bit of simple seed stitch. You know, there's nothing to stop us either if we wanted to cut a bit out here and there to expose that blue. I'm going to try it. Let's hope I don't ruin it. So this very interesting technique relies on you being able to cut away parts of that top sheer and show some of the fabric that's underneath. Maybe a tiny bit more. I think I can see this more readily than I can see this, so that's why I'm looking at this section. I do like it when, I mean, that could have been tragic if that didn't work, couldn't it? Could have ruined the whole thing, but I think it will work. So I have to have a closer look. I think we can make that happen. Well, I might do some more work in the end with overlays and cutting back, because it really is a great technique to try. I mean, that's going to be great. Look at that. Variegated, stranded. I'm going to do some straight running stitches like in each petal here, mainly because I want to hold down where I've cut it, but also because this is a variegated thread, I want to see what it's going to do when it's up against it. I quite often do things with a single strand first when I'm not sure what I'm doing, because it shows up less. And if you like it, you can do more of it. But when I'm sort of in experimental stage, like I am now, like you can probably hardly see it, but it is there. And it's holding down those cuts that we made, and it's looking quite interesting. Right, I just wanted to show you, I did cut out of that a little bit more there, just those little tiny little strips. But then, you know, I hope I haven't taken it too far. I don't think so. But can you see here, I've taken a little bit of that out, just to allow some of that green in, because I always thought that there was too much pink up there. So one way to do it was to take some of that pink off. So I've cut those little bits out, and this one here. Oh, sorry, there. So you get the idea. I hope that's better. Taking away some of the top layer, snipping to let some of that green through. That's helped with how I said it was too much pink there. Letting that green through. So, but I have to go around these edges now to hold it down. I might see if I can make these into leaves. Let's just see if I can curve this little branch around. Because they were actually the tops of a flower, but I think I could make it into a leaf. We try, or even a bud. Could be a bud. That would be nice too. Maybe we can make another stem come up from there or something. That would be good too. Are we starting to make it look like it's... I think it would work. Just might need a little bit of colouring to shade it in or something, but I think we could make that happen. That's what I thought, so I don't have to worry about that edge at all, really. What have we got? That disappears up there. I really like where this has gone so far. Can you see I've used a little bit of seed stitch there to blend those colours in. See a little bit of green on those leaves there that, you know, that I've decided are leaves and made into it. Now we've battled insects, cicadas are making a lot of noise, always do at Christmas time in Australia, but I think it's really coming along nicely, and I am really very excited to continue on, and I hope that you will want to share this journey with me and see what we do next. This overlaying and then cutting things back is just a fabulous experiment to try. I'm really loving it. So I am Tracey, and Art Fibre Stitch is my business, and I thank you for watching. If you would like to see part 3, just subscribe. Don't forget to press like if you like what you've seen, and all my other links are below. Thanks again for watching.